Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be checking out 4 Cosbabies by Hot Toys. So I've actually got the 4 of them right from the Hot Toys official store in Shanghai. And also, it's on the same day when I got the DX Darth Vader, which I recently did a review on. And before I posted a video of Darth Vader, I also posted a video of the Hot Toys store tour video, which is the 3rd time I've been there, and I got these figures exactly on that time. It's actually my first time to ever make a review on some Hot Toys Cosbabies as well. So I'm pretty excited to share with you guys. I've already unboxed it before making this video, and especially mainly to check, like, if you notice the Mark 50 on the down right corner, because that Iron Man has the light up function, and I'm just unboxing to putting batteries in to test if it works properly, and it turns out it definitely does. The effect is actually much better than I expected it to be. It's like very bright. It's even brighter than some of the 1/6 scale Hot Toys figures. So enjoying it pretty much. And for the other ones, as you can see up top, it's Thor, and which is holding his hammer, and it also has the luminous reflective effect, which looks pretty cool, especially if you shoot a UV blacklight on top of it. It would look very cool. It would glow. It's the same effect as Thor's eye, which, like, also I made a review on before. It's like the Thor from Avengers 4, which is like the fat version, with the long beard. His eyes could also glow. And the one down there, like on the down left corner, it's Captain America, which is doing a pose of holding his shield, which I personally feel pretty iconic to the figure, and also pretty badass. His shield is also like colored pretty well. It looks kind of like a metallic color, even though it's like plastic, but it looks kind of like a real metal. And the Iron Man in the middle, actually both of these Iron Mans are Mark 50, but the one in the middle, he is in the pose of displaying his nano cannons back there. So he's like actually larger in shape compared to the other few Cosbabies. He also is doing a pretty cool pose of like perhaps shooting these lasers towards his enemy, which also an iconic pose from Avengers 3, Infinity Wars. And the one on the down right corner, I've already mentioned before, it's the Iron Man. Even though his pose is not that impressive, not as impressive as the one in the middle, but his eyes has the light up function, so personally consider it cool as well. So without further ado, let's begin the unboxing process. So you can see let's first unbox the Thor figure. So as you can see surrounding the box, right here you can see luminous reflective effect, which I already introduced a while ago. And like actually some of the exclusive features from these Cosbabies is that their heads are just extraordinarily huge, just like huger than normal. But this is the point of Cosbaby, because they want them to look adorable and cute instead of like being realistic and film accurate. So like I personally feel like for it's better for Cosbabies to it's like the Cosbabies with these real people's head sculpts. They look actually cuter than those. Cause I feel like if they're making a helmet, like a Cosbaby helmet, their eyes are just way too exaggerated. It's like bigger than normal, and I don't personally consider that very good looking, but once it light up, it definitely looks much better. So, right here you can see his eyes are pretty, like, very large, and just like in a very beautiful blue color. And you can see his face, it's like that shape. His nose is not really that emphasized, it's just like, yeah, it's right here. It looks mostly pretty good, and as you can see down there, it says hammer, which is exactly the accessory with the luminous reflective effect, which this one is referring to, and it also has the lightning effect surrounding it, and the entire hammer is like in a transparent blue color, which it's very beautiful, and I like it very much. And down here you can see like Marvel Avengers Endgame, which is a movie from, and down here Thor, the Avengers version, Hot Toys logo, and Cosbaby's logo. And besides here, Thor, you can see this is an animated like appearance of the figure. It just looks the same, but it's like seems like being drew down. Just looks pretty cool as well. Down here, the Avengers So it actually has a number as well, even though it's just a Cosbaby. Cosbaby 5 COSB 577. Cosbaby's Bubblehead. Yeah, it's actually pretty accurate name because its head is pretty huge and round. So Bubblehead, it's pretty funny. And down besides here, we can see a very beautiful Avengers logo, and half of it is like in a dark blue or somehow like dark gray color. Besides here, we can see like a very futuristic appearance of the A, which is pretty accurate to the figure himself or into the movie. And up here, you can see this one. You can actually change colors if you block the light out, shoot the light on it, which is very impressive, and I like it a lot. It's actually just a small detail, but it's like, you can see it's a symbol of Thor's hammer. And besides here, you can see some information on the figure, so without further ado, let's unbox it. So even though these figures are like small, but actually you can see the unboxing process like reminds me of these 1/6 scales, because they're exactly the same. 1/6 scale, you can see this one inside. First thing you see back here is like another cardboard, and you lift it open, and you can see the figure down here. And the way they package it is also similar. Okay, let's just open it up, and down came the figure itself. So my first impressions of holding this in hand is that, I mean, it's pretty heavy, actually, much heavier than I expected. Most of the weight are from his head, because his head is probably a solid piece, and it's like, it's not empty in the middle. There's like, and it's entire, and his head's there's actually spring side here, so his head can actually shake a little if you move a little bit, or a little like a very limited articulation, but there still is an articulation, so that's pretty good. And you can see he is like in a very iconic and cool pose of holding his hammer in this way. So one of the things that impressed me the most is definitely his hammer. It might not look that good in the video or through the camera than it actually does. From my eyes, it's just very blue and a very pure, very beautiful sky blue. But if I shoot it in the video, it looks pretty cool as well. But not as good as what you really saw through your eyes. So if you have the chance of getting one, I really recommend you to have it, because it's not that expensive and it's pretty cool. He pulls it on your table, looks just gorgeous. And you can see his suit is also accurate to the movie. It's in like that. These places are supposed to be able to shoot lightning as well. He is like waving his fist right here, and back here you can see, yeah, so I forgot to mention this display base. This little round display base can actually be taken off here. There's a hole right here where you can poke his leg in order to secure his body onto the display base. But you can have him individually without the base as well. So he is just holding his hammer, and back here you can see his back here you can see like his hair texture. Doesn't look that impressive, but still pretty good because he's only a Cosbaby figure. It already looks pretty nice. You can see the cloak is just waving back here in a very cool way. Seems like it's blown by the wind, or probably because of his the lightning on his hammer. So unfortunately, I didn't really have a UV flashlight in hand right now. I used to have one, but now I just couldn't find it, so I can't really show you guys the luminous effect. But it's just similar to the one in the Thor review video I did previously. So if you're really interested in the luminous effect, you can just check out that video and take it as a reference. It's probably gonna be similar. So now our Thor boxing is done. Let me just take this package away temporarily. And now let's continue unboxing. The next one we're going to unbox is the Captain America. So I already showed you right here, Avengers, the same, Captain America, and logos, and down here is also an animated appearance of this, but it's actually the same. Back here, information, and also his iconic weapon, his shield. Down here also the same kind of Avengers logo, but this one is in a lighter blue color instead of that grayish color. But the futuristic part here is just the same. And up here you can also see like a colorful logo, which can switch colors. It's like a shield as well. And back here, yeah. So that's all. Let's just open it up. It's not actually that convenient. Okay, done. So you can see a small code here. Also same as store. So we open this up. You can see figure himself. This part. So he is apparently from the 2012 version. The 2012 version of Captain America. I can see it through the suit, since I also have a 1/6 scale 2012 Captain America, and it just looks absolutely fantastic. Like, I mean, his head just, I mean, his big eyes just make him a lot cuter and adorable than the other one, than the realistic one. And you can see, even though his body is small, just as this one, even though their bodies are like very small compared to their head, and they're actually very small as well, just really small. But you can see every single detail are just being nailed. You can see they really put some effort into designing these, even though it's not that big, and the details are definitely not as impressive as the 1/6 scale. But considering that this is like much cheaper and also much smaller, this is already enough. This is already a very detailed thing. Like, I have some of these like McDonald's Cosbaby, like, I don't think they're called Cosbabies, they're similar to Cosbabies, which have big heads and small bodies, and they also have a small display base. I also have some of these. I have one Iron Man and one, I have one Iron, and Captain America, but they're just, the details are just way, I mean, it's definitely not as good as these. And also, after when I hold both of these figures in my hand, I just feel like the Captain America is like much lighter than the Thor. I don't know why, since they don't really look that different in shape. Probably because this one's head is like filled up with things, but this one's head inside it's just empty. It's just a small, yeah, in here. So this one is like it's empty inside, but this one isn't. It's just a solid piece. So yeah, I enjoy this Iron Man figure a lot as well. See, his helmet details are also being made wonderfully. Next off, I'm gonna show you. Hold on for a second, please. I gotta take this Captain America box away, and now, without further ado, let's unbox this one. So this is the Iron Man Mark 50 with the nano with the nano cannons back there, which looks very exciting. And this is also like the largest Cosbaby of all four. It's not the heaviest, since this store is like much heavier. Even if I lift the box, this store itself is like heavier than this Iron Man plus his box. Since even though he's larger in size, but I mean the cannons are just very small. They just simply make him look bigger, but actually it's not. It doesn't really take on much weight. So besides here we can see his helmet. This one is in a realistic thing, like his eyes were like in the current film accurate size, not like unlike this one is just exaggerated, very big. Like you can see his in a very great pose. Up here you can see it's actually Thanos's Infinity glove. So let's just box this right away. Not really much to say. Alright, so inside this, you can see this is the Mark 50 himself. He looks just gorgeous. Like I mean, even though his eyes were not as good as film accurate way, but I mean, the coloring of his armor, and as you can see, this like the golden part and the red part, they're just colored in the same. They just put it. It's just the same. They color the same way as these 1/6 scale. So it's just very beautiful, and I mean you can see the reflection of the light box light up there, and it's just beautiful. And this one's eyes cannot glow, but it still looks great. And you can see he's doing a pose. He's like using his nano technology to like, this one is like 2 weapons. I forgot how you say that, but these are like the nano cannons, which you see is connected to him with these transparent blue things, which are similar to the type of material of Thor's hammer. It's probably, I don't know. And he's also in like pose, like sort of like bending his knees and like that. yeah, it's also fantastic, and see the details of the cannons are also being made pretty well. See some small holes right here, which are meant to be using to shoot something. You can see his head's can also articulate a little bit, and you can see on his body the details are also made well. You can see his see the text. I mean some of the things painted here. The details are all being painted. You cannot really feel it, but it definitely is. And alright, so that's for the Mark 50. Our final figure, which I think you guys are most excited of, is the Iron Man Mark 50 with the light up feature. So this one's entire body and stuff are meant to be exactly the same as this one, but it's just his posters different, plus he can light up. That's the main point. So the main difference I found from this figure, as you can see, all the same from the previous one. Also, down the camera. The main difference that I found out there's actually a very tiny instruction right here. I've already checked that. It's actually just telling you how to really insert the batteries. It's very simple, nothing else. Since that is also the reason why there aren't really any instructions in the other figures, since it's just it's meaningless to give an instruction since everyone knows how to. I actually think that if you just ignore the cannons right here, just talking about just the pose itself, I actually think this one is better than the Mark. This one is the cannon, since this one is like just bending both of his knees in such a way which is like similar to a toad, what a toad would do. I mean, it originally looks great, but you can put it like that, it doesn't look that good. But this one is just in a very iconic pose of putting one leg in front and another at the back, and using his hand to shoot some lasers towards enemies. And okay, so taking out, so this part can actually be lifted off, but this one couldn't. It's just one piece since it doesn't have light up functions. This one you can see I've already put the batteries in before. They actually gave the batteries here. I took it out, I inserted it. So now we take this open, and ta-da! Look, his eyes has already lit up. So let's wait for me to put it back. So as you can see here, now he's totally secured. So with the light box light, it just doesn't look that good since it's just way lighter than this. So in order to show you the effect, to let you appreciate the effect better, let's turn off the lights a little bit. And as you can see, his eyes are just in a very bright way. So, a while ago, when the lights were on through my eyes, it's like much brighter than how it looks in the light through the camera. But now, since I turn everything off, it looks quite the same. You can see, actually, there's only one light like LED inside this one here, but you can see apparently there's also going on the edges of it. It's not as bright as it is in the middle, but it isn't a problem at all since it's just a small Cosbaby. Usually you wouldn't really light it up all the time. I mean, every time you light up, it's only probably just gonna take a few seconds or a few minutes just to display it or to somehow show it to someone else. But I mean, it's already a very impressive thing in a Cosbaby, and also it's just amazing. See the light up feature. It's actually. Yeah, I mean, I knew that it would light up before since it's written on the package, but I mean, the true effect still impressed me a little bit since it's already similar to Mark 42. I really think these Hot Toys batteries were pretty long-lasting pretty impressive and long-lasting since last time. I've also encountered a time when I was like posting when I made a video of the Hot Toys Mark 42, a quarter scale figure, and after I reviewed it, I immediately put it back to the box, and however, I was way too careless. I've left one of the legs like right here in the middle of his hand. One of them, I remember it's on the right hand. I left it open and I put him into the box directly. And later on, I went somewhere else to have a trip. I went there for like a whole week, or like 8 days more specifically, so it's over 1 week. And when I came back and I unboxed the Mark 42 again since I wanted to display it somewhere. I opened the box again, and something shocked me. Like, I saw his hands glowing a little bit. Like, I mean, it's still glowing. It's still glowing, but it's just very dim, and it's just nearly. If you don't look at it closely, you will think that it's being closed, shut off. But when I was in the box, especially when I unboxed it, was in a pretty dark room, I noticed that it's definitely glowing. So I just discovered in shock that it's actually the lights were not turned off the entire time. Like since like 8 days ago, after I finished reviewing it and put it back in. I left the light open, so this means to say that the lights in his hands were like on for 8 days, and it's still on. If it isn't on, I would never notice that it's on for 8 days. So really impressed by how long these kind of things last. So alright, so now we've already finished unboxing all of the Cosbaby figures right here. So I hope I mean, like, I enjoy the process pretty much, and I enjoy all of these figures. Oh yeah, some detail that I forgot to show you very closely was that inside here you can see this one is in the light up one version with the of the Mark 50. You can see inside here you actually see all a lot of portions of the Iron Man figure himself, and right here you can also see that one is in a gray theme, this one is in a purple theme. It's all Iron Man Cosbabies. And right here you can see this is for the for the Captain America. You can't really see anything here, but back here you can see glowing Avengers logo inside here. And for Thor, please wait a second. For Thor, it's right here. You can see it's also a glowing Avengers logo, which I personally consider great. So now I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna show you all these 4 figures being put together, and I'm gonna make a comparison of them, and that's gonna be the end of the video, since I never planned to make this video too long. Oh, it's already been 22 minutes. I never really expected it to be this long, but I'll just show you the look of these figures. You see, when I put them together, they look totally awesome, especially with the 2 Iron Mans put together. They look, I mean, they're definitely going to be part of my collection in the future. I'm just going to put them together with the 1/6 scales. I'm probably going to put them under, just beside the 1/6 scale figures that matches them, since I have all of these all the versions of 1/6 scale. But I still don't have the 1/6 scale Mark 50 yet, but temporarily I would put it by the Mark 85 figure, and as you can see, they just look totally awesome, even though they're just Cosbaby. There's not really they're definitely, the details are definitely not as good as the figure, since they're not meant to be like that. They're meant to be probably meant to be some kids' toys. Probably most of the time, some little kids would enjoy these. But I mean, after unboxing these, I personally had a much better impression of them. Before, I just thought that these are just not well made at all. They look pretty ugly. They're not worth to buy. But now, I still feel like it doesn't worth $20. But with this price of only being $5 each, it's definitely great. And if you have the chance of getting it in the future with such a low price, I definitely recommend you to have one. It's just gonna look great, especially after a long time's work. You would. When you want to relax, you can just look at it and just lay on your table and actually wobble his head. Since with the feature of his head able to articulate, it's great. And you can also take it off and just let him stand here straight. Actually, all of these can stand up on their own. This Thor, with the help of his cape, and this Iron Man could do that as well. And also for this Iron Man, also a figure. So all of them can stand up individually without the help of their display bases. So it's really great. Alright, so that's all for this unboxing review video of the Cosbabies. If you guys enjoy this, I would also please just give your suggestions in the comments, and if you're enjoying these, I would probably make more in the future, since I pre-ordered a lot of other figures from the official store already, and in the future, if they also have these figures on sale, or like they have like perhaps like 50% off, or 75% off, just like these, I'll definitely purchase a few other ones because I enjoy the process. And alright, that's all for this video, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next one.